Yeah, hi guys. It's your motherfucking weekly roundup time once again, where I'll summarize all of the sad shit I did this week for you all. And brace yourselves, guys, this week has been so bad. On Monday, we saw a full day of the excitement of begging and repeating myself. The goal, once again, was to go for the weekly rankings, but as soon as I started, I found myself 70.9 thousand away from the board. In the morning beg, I repeated myself into oblivion, until once again, I said I felt ill, which is code word for too scared or too lazy to go out screaming and spinning in circles. I took a few hours break, probably to cry, and when I came on for the evening beg, I told everyone that I was now a full-time beggar and needed people's immediate help with monetary handouts, direct to my PayPal, to get me out of my daddy's house. In signs further confirming to absolutely everyone but me, it was obvious that my career as a live streamer had hit rock bottom and sat on the floor with a finger in my eye. I complained that nobody was giving me money anymore. Of course, it wasn't my fault that everyone hates me, so I blamed an account on TikTok called Mr. Awareness for taking away all of my gifters, because posted on their account are examples of a small portion of the disgusting behaviors I have exhibited in recent times. And people are encouraged to tag the accounts of any of my new gifters who may be unaware of how scummy I am, so they can see for themselves what I am really like and their page is really working. And since this account has been active, nobody wants to give me much money, which is such a vile and disgusting thing to do to me, because all I do is sing and dance on my lives, and I have a heart of gold. Amazingly, I began Tuesday showing absolutely none of the shame you would associate with last night's desperate begging for financial help to pay for my sad little life. And instead of trying to better my life in any way at all, I simply began repeating myself and looked like an absolute tool going through all my new phrases that no doubt will now be heard for months on end. At 109.9 thousand away from the weeklies, I finished up repeating myself and I went and screamed and span in circles on a busy road crossing outside Big Ben, where I paced up and down without actually doing any dancing and span in a few circles a few times, while still repeating myself and getting in everyone's way. In the evening, I declared I was tired, which was the reason behind me being unsociable online that evening. I battled K-Funds, who destroyed me in every way imaginable, while I was pressured into making the smallest amount of conversation possible, which kept me from repeating myself, so I became frustrated and told everyone I was a celebrity. On Wednesday, I gave everyone a small break from me repeating myself by coming on late from Daddy's kitchen at 10:30. The lingering anger from battling K-Funds last night was still present, as I immediately set about complaining nobody was tapping their screens. Because I still seem to think that forcing people to tap things is fun for them, so I threatened to block anyone not seen tapping their screen. Before I embarked upon the next 4 hours of repeating myself, I spared a few moments to insult the viewers collectively by calling them all cowards, which is ironic really, considering the amount of times I've been heard quivering with fear and hiding behind the police at the slightest events, like the weak and unable man baby I am. And on Thursday, I didn't even surface until lunchtime. I appeared in Daddy's kitchen, and for the second time this week, I was ill. So no screaming and spinning in circles for me today, but I wasn't too ill to repeat myself. So after threatening to report a member of the armed forces to the Army's massive complaints team for his comment in my live in the hope to get him sacked, I began repeating myself for the day. I disputed claims made in my comment section that I had fallen off and said I was bigger and better than ever. And if you ignore the data that shows my views are now down 90% from their peak and I barely make £5 an hour while repeating myself to an audience of around 150 people, with multiple groups campaigning for my removal from TikTok for the protection of vulnerable people who I will exploit, well, if you ignore all of these facts, then yes, I've not fallen on. My mum's a beast. And that's about it for this week, guys. Just another week where I repeated myself like a broken toy and claimed it was entertaining. So I'll see you all next week. Take care, my
I
toasters.
saw there's an Eminem filter that makes you look like the rap artist Eminem. And just a fair warning, if you have a giant round head, don't.